ladies. Thank you for joining us back. Today, we are going to be talking about how to approach God with our doubts, with our insecurities, and just, human as we are, right? So by the end of this video, you're going to gain a better understanding of how we can approach God, how we can connect, how we can share our fears, our concerns. And so if you're interested in continuing to manifest God's will, purpose in your life, and live a life manifested, a lifestyle manifested by God's purpose, please feel free and go ahead and hit like to our video, and also hit the subscribe button and the bell so you can be kept up to date on any videos that we post. And so why am I qualified to talk about, sharing with God and having a relationship with God? I grew up in the church. My parents instilled in me the fear of the Lord, but it wasn't until I was an adult and that I fully understood the grasp and the magnitude and the power of God in my life that I would say I really fully gave my life to God. So I have lived a life of knowing God but not being in a relationship with God, and I have also lived a life of knowing God and being in a fully committed relationship with Him. And so those two things are polar opposites. I was miserable, angry, unhappy in this other life, and I can fully say now that I still have challenges, conflicts, problems, but my perspective and my outlook on things is completely different. And despite all of my shortcomings, all of the things in my life that are not going well, I can say that I fully feel content and joy with what God has given me and the lot that God has given me. So today we're going to focus on the verse, give me 1 second. We're going to focus on Hebrews 4:15 through verse 16. And so it says, this high priest of ours understands our weaknesses, for he faced all of the same testings that we do, yet he did not sin. And so let us come boldly to the throne of our gracious God. There we will receive his mercy and we will find grace to help us when we need it the most. So what God is promising is that, one, He knows what we go through. He knows our temptations. He knows our limitations. He has experienced these himself when he became a man, when he sent his only son, Jesus, to become a man. And he's also telling us that he has mercy and grace readily available for us. He understands that we are not perfect. He created us, so he knows we're not perfect. And he hears us. He understands. He has lived this, and he wants us to approach him with an open heart, genuine, honest, flexible, and obedient. He wants to have us relinquish control, and understand that we are not meant to control ourselves. We are not meant to control outcomes, that we cannot achieve things outside of him. And that when we are feeling fear and when we're feeling the need to control, because fear is what leads us to want to control things, then we are, we begin to doubt. And so God wants, instead of us taking our fear and wanting to control it and working extra hard and super hard and being creative about controlling things, he wants us to relinquish that control. He wants us to come to him and boldly and say, listen, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm struggling with control. I'm scared. I'm afraid. He wants us to be open and give this to him so that he can then lead us into managing these frustrations and these fears. We as humans try to control everything because we are afraid. We try to control outcomes because we want to make sure that certain things happen. But when we come to the realization that God is the only one that can order our steps, that he is the one that has control, that he is all-knowing, all-powerful, that he can make rocks speak, that he can take a prostitute woman and make her known for generations as a powerful woman in the Bible. When we realize all of those things, then we can sit in peace and know that our fears are his, right? That we cannot control them. So this week, I want you guys to really think about some of the shame, the church hurt, the judgment that you fear, and those things that keep you from connecting truly with God, and to really list these out, what your fears are, what your concerns are, what your doubts are, and lay them before God's altar. Just be real. God, like A, B, C, D, E, and F is really what I'm struggling with, and I don't know what to do with it, but here, figure it out, right? Let me know what you want me to do with it. So understanding that God is that close and that willing and that involved in our lives really will blow your mind, and really take you to a place of understanding more of who God is and how you can manifest a lifestyle according to God's purpose. And so if you're interested in learning more about us, make sure you like our videos, make sure you check us out in our Instagram page, which is listed below in the print. And don't forget to keep joining us. Have a blessed day.